We've seen lots of changes happen in the Abu Dhabi market, obviously on the back of changes to the oil and gas and dropping budgets there. However, at the same time, we've also seen some increases in Dubai and some increase in the Saudi market, so that's been good for us. We've had a challenging year, but a good year as well. 12 to 18 months, we're going to continue to grow into the Dubai and the Northern Emirates market. We've seen some of the government contracts for us start to increase again on the back end of this year with the new budgets being set in place. So we're going to continue to grow there, and also in the Saudi region where we are now. We're in the eastern province of Darnell, so we're seeing that area continue to expand with clients such as Saudi Aramco. I think the last 12 months has seen lots of consolidation happen, especially with the service provider market with FMs. In the last few years, there was lots of new entrants to the market, lots of new FM providers, whether it be multinationals coming in or smaller companies. This year we've seen lots more consolidation, so we're seeing lots of potential JVs happening, lots of buyouts happening. So I think next year will be a little bit more positive with some of those bigger providers knowing what their strategy is and being combined as well. I just came from a panel and a presentation on the innovation, so IT, sustainability. The price of electricity is continuing to go up as it is across all markets, so we're seeing really a focus from developers on reducing that area. That's typically 30 to 40% of the operating costs in the built environment, so they're really pushing FMs and looking at contracts to share that risk to reduce those contracts. So we're starting to see more this year on ESCO contracts, so we're starting to see clients want service providers to put some risk in those contracts and share some of that risk as well with the reduction in energy. I think at the moment, especially in the residential market, the vacancy rates have increased slightly, so a lot of people are looking around to maximise what they're spending their rent on. So we work with a lot of owners to try and value add and differentiate their service. So I think looking at that development, whether that's an A+ premium or a B grade property, what do they actually want from that provider, and then make sure that that's also cascaded down to the FM provider, because not every facilities management contract has to be the same. There's a difference between looking after a 100-story A+ grade tower to a 20-story B grade commercial tower. Client-wise, we've got some amazing developers in the region that are really looking at trying to raise the benchmark, and Aldar, obviously, we work quite closely with as one of our co-owners. They're really trying to elevate the level of properties and the services that come with that in Abu Dhabi. We've seen, obviously, the likes of Emaar in Dubai as well. So I think a lot of people look at those two developers on the residential side as the pinnacle to aim towards. On the corporate side, obviously the multinationals, whether that be the likes of GE, Microsoft, a lot of people look at what they do with their workplace solutions. So I think there'll be a trend over the next couple of years to start to see the traditional offices stop to happen so much, and especially with the new generation of workforce, start to look at how that working space will change. I think as an industry, and I've written about this a couple of times, we really lack a strategy across the region. So the Dubai government and Abu Dhabi governments have been very, very innovative with as far as bringing on new laws and regulations. We've seen elements like the new cladding regulations that are here ahead of other municipalities and other governments. And I think from the FM, we need to work with a lot more with those government agencies. So we need to have a strategy of our own as an industry to come together, and that's worked in other countries, and I think that would really be beneficial here as well. Thank you very much.